Why so many men are sad and lonely. Now, I could lie to y'all or I could give y'all the truth. This is the brutal truth. Why a lot of guys are sad and lonely nowadays. And it's an epidemic, especially like in guys like that are young. And look, I've been there, man. Like everybody's been there. Everybody's felt that way at least some point in their life. Every guy has been down bad at some point in his life. Every guy has felt this way. So you don't have to run from it. You don't have to feel ashamed of anything. But I'm just here to put y'all on game of what the truth is, because it's better to figure it out now than figure it out later in your life, because you don't want to be going through this, forever. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to say is you're constantly comparing yourself. You can't constantly compare yourself to men who have much more than you, because at the end of the day, it sounds cliche, but look, money is not everything. Like you can have a regular job and be happy all the time. I know y'all probably see like older people sitting on their porch and they do that junk every single day. And it's not like they're just sitting there just being depressed, you know what I'm saying? They're content with what they got. And look, a lot of guys, they get caught up in this mindset, hustle culture. If you get caught up in that too much, now there's nothing wrong with like trying to improve your life and trying to level up and stuff like that. But if you constantly give yourself like this pressure, then you're not gonna have like a moment of rest. See, guys have to have a simple life. You know what I'm saying? Guys have to have like a simple lifestyle. And if you put too many things in your life, you're not going to be able to manage what's in front of you. Me personally, I try to keep everything that goes on with me very simple. Like when I get up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I put my face cream on and whatever else I need to do, and I'm just out the door. It's like minimum, like, well, max 3 things. Like I don't put all these body butters on and stuff like this. I don't do all these like remedies. I don't do all these routines and stuff like that, because the more stuff that I have, the more stuff I had to remember. And now like my morning is just complicated for no reason. I think like a lot of guys get insecure about that stuff, because you see the videos on Instagram, see the video on TikTok. Look, it makes you self-conscious about your life. You feel like that you're not adequate. You feel like nobody's gonna look at you and stuff like that. Look, man, a lot of those guys that you see on social media, a lot of those guys, they're at a different point in their life. You can't compare yourself to another man, and you may not even get to that level. So it's just no point in comparing yourself. So you're just gonna have to run your own race. Like, there's a lot of guys out there like in their late 20s and stuff like that. Look, if you were like 20 to like 25, like you're still learning, like you're still really young. You really can't feel it because you're living in it, but you have to understand, like, you don't peak until 30. You can't be trying to do something a 30-year-old's doing when you're like 22. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get out there, have fun, like, meet girls, like, do whatever you want to do, man. Like, you can make as many mistakes as you want to, and you'll still be fine because you're still young. It's just the learning stage. So yeah, stop comparing yourself to people. The second thing is you lack purpose. Now, this is kind of something like I thought I kind of knew what it meant, which I did, but I kind of got even like more solidified meaning of what purpose means. So have y'all ever like, if y'all have a dad, do you ever just see them come home from work and like they cut the grass, or they start building something, or they just, they just be doing random stuff like that? You be like, well, if he just got off from work, why does he want to come home and do more work? It's not because it makes him feel like a man. It's because it makes him feel useful, and it keeps you from losing your mind. See, when it comes to purpose, I'm not just talking about your career. I'm not just talking about like what gets you up out of bed. I'm talking about like what makes you feel useful, what makes you feel like you accomplished something. And these little projects like this will keep you from losing your mind. And that's what purpose is. Now, how many of y'all just lay on your bed, just strolling through your phone, and then all of a sudden you get hit those feelings like, oh man, like, dang, my life really a mess. Like, dang, man, like I really ain't got too much. Like, now that I think about it, like you sit there for like 30 minutes and now you're in your feelings. Now you got all these deep thoughts. Now you want to get on like a self-improvement journey. How many of y'all have had those type of thoughts? I'm willing to bet almost everybody watching this video. I've been there, everybody's been there. So things like that, they keep you productive. I don't care like how small it is, whether it's like cutting the grass, or it's building something, or cleaning all your shoes, or like I don't know, like bleaching the like anything that keeps your mind occupied. Like, and sometimes you be like, man, I'm lazy, but it doesn't matter how fast you get it done. It's not like it's a priority. It's just something to do. And the more that you're doing it, you just be like, you won't really be in your mind too much. So yeah, you gotta have purpose. And going back to what I said before, man has to have a simple life. He can't have like too many things going on in his life. Don't have too many side hustles. Stick to one thing and like, be good at it. And then like when you're ready to go to the next thing, once you master that, then go to the next thing. It'll be way more productive than just doing like a bunch of things at one time, because then you're not gonna be able to keep up with everything. I mean, time is not of the essence because you're mastering something and going to the next thing. I mean, you got a lot more time than you think. Stop playing it safe. And I know we live in a culture where like, everything that you say is watched and everything that you say has to be politically correct. But if you live your life that way, where you feel like you have to filter yourself, knowing that you have other opinions and stuff like that, then you're gonna feel trapped. You're gonna feel like you're just gonna feel like you can't be free. And in The Way of the Superior Man by Dave Dita, I don't know how to say his last name, but y'all know what book I'm talking about. It says in the book, you got to be a free man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be free in order to give your fullest gift. I'm blunt. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of like, I think I made a video about this before. Like, I'm kind of arrogant, but that's just part of my personality. You know what I'm saying? I have a soft side, but I've always had like kind of like this overwhelming confidence in myself that I could do things. So, and when I don't say the things that I really want to say, that's when I feel like I guess in a way feel like I'm being taken advantage of or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know how to explain it, but basically, yeah, be a free man. Just say what you want to say. Don't play it safe around girls. I know some guys, they go around girls like, man, I hope I don't say this, like, and she thinking me differently. If anything, girls love it like when you make fun of them and stuff like that. They love when you joke about them, stuff like that. I obviously don't do anything like personal. Don't make fun of their appearance and stuff like that. But like stuff like picking at them and stuff like that. Yeah, stop playing it safe. Say what you want to say. Like be who you want to be. There's not, just because certain things like they say men should be doing doesn't mean you have to do it. Just be you. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing I want to say is never take yourself too seriously. Or, what I'm saying, if you got to put the work in, you have to be able to put the work in. If you know you got to work on some things, you got to put in the work on it. And when it comes to not taking yourself too seriously, you don't have to be some hard exterior guy. You don't have to be this tough dude who just don't get hurt and this and this and that. You don't have to be wear turtlenecks every day. You ain't got to do that, man. Look, I've seen people like that. You ain't got to do that. We've all gone through phases. I've gone through my phases, and every day I learn something new. But don't take yourself too seriously. That's how you miss out on life. If you take yourself too seriously, you're not gonna be able to make a lot of relationships, because people want to see who you are. You know what I'm saying? People want to see what interests you. People want to be able to build connections with you. Look, if you're a man, look, you got a good, like, I ain't gonna say head start, but I mean, it's easy for you to conversate with other men. You know what I'm saying? That's a good way to make friends. We can pretty much bond on any topic. You talk about girls, sports, or etc. Basic things that men like. You can bring up any of those topics. Look, I promise you are going to relate with them on some of that. So yeah, don't take yourself too seriously. Make jokes, you know what I'm saying? Say stuff that people aren't expecting. People will enjoy being around you a lot more the more loose you are and the more relatable you are. And as far as I said, like putting the work in, if it's something you got to work on, like go ahead and work on it. You got to knock that out. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to live that life that you want to live, you got to put in the work. If you're bad at talking to women, or you're bad at just social interactions, if you're lazy or you're not making enough money, you have to change things in your life if you want to change those things. If things make you nervous, you have to feel that nervousness. Don't act like on the inside like you're not nervous. Like feel it. Feel how nervous you are. You don't grow by just doing things and acting like you're not nervous. You have to feel the nervousness, and the more you do those things, that's where real growth comes from. Feeling that nervousness. Like if it, just go out there and do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Look, man, stop playing it safe. Go out there and get what you want to do. That ain't make no sense. Go out there and do what you need to do and stuff like that. Stop being so sad and lonely. You can control this. You can change this. It's not the end of the world, man. I promise you. Look, I've had my phases and stuff. I've gone through those phases. I've changed. I've come back. I've gone and tried to find myself again. This is so many things that you'll go through as a young adult that you'll get through it. It'll all shape you to be the person that you're meant to be when you're older. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's Slim and Chill.